Today's social media segment is brought to you by Alford and Associates for all of your insurance needs. CIS, Cardiovascular Institute of the South, the highest quality cardiovascular care available. Barker Honda, the Barker family tradition of quality.
Since 1911, the Pierre Parts Store has been your one-stop shop. Family owned and operated for 4 generations, the Pierre Parts Store has served the community by providing groceries, hardware, home products, and much more, including a full-service lumber yard. Now, we've added the Thibodaux store to the family with the same values and service we've delivered for over 100 years. The Pierre Parts Store and the Thibodaux store, our family serving your family.
All right, we're back with the superintendent of Lafourche Parish, Mr. Jared Martin. And always thank you for your service, too.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. We appreciate that. Let's talk about, speaking of appreciation, let's talk about teachers in general. Y'all just went through Teacher Appreciation Week. I have 3 of my siblings with college educations, taught school education. Mm-hmm. And I don't know how to say this in a good way. I always felt bad for them because way back in the day, they really weren't making any money. Y'all have really pressed to try to get the salaries up and do some things. And certainly I know everybody appreciates, that. But on Appreciation Week, what were some of the things y'all were doing? I know the students are starting to get involved.
Absolutely.
Trying to raise a little extra money for the teachers and do some things.
Yeah.
It's always good, isn't it?
Yeah. So, when I was a student, and, as we get older, I guess you look back in your childhood, and I don't remember Teacher Appreciation Week being as big as it is today. I think that as a community, as a society, we've just really recognized the value that teachers bring to the whole community. I think COVID, for all the bad stuff that it brought about, and certainly there's no shortage of that, but to really highlight to families what happens when school's not an option. What happens when we remove the teacher from the equation? There was probably a time in all of our lives where we heard something like, one day computers are going to be teachers. Right? Teachers are going to be completely changed, and it'll be an e-learning platform where laptops and everything. Well, we tried that. It doesn't work. You have to have a human.
Hands-on.
It's a very hands-on thing. And in particular, for the teachers that work with the youngest students. I will tell you that I was a middle school teacher, and I was a middle school principal, and then I worked at a high school. And a lot of folks that work with the older kids think that it's really difficult to teach 16-year-olds, 17-year-olds. We've got a teacher that teaches dual enrollment chemistry. She's brilliant, Miss Anna Cole. And a lot of people would think, well, gosh, that's got to be the hardest thing out there. And I think that even Anna Cole would tell you, no, sir. Kindergarten teachers teaching kids how to read. Not only is it difficult, but it's the most important because it's the foundation of everything, right? You can't teach a kid dual enrollment chemistry if they don't walk in proficient readers. So we've got a wide spectrum of very, very extraordinarily talented educators just doing a tremendous job. And I'm thankful that as the superintendent, I don't have to do much to show my appreciation for them because we've got so many good principals doing a good job of that, parents doing a great job of that. And like you said, students going above and beyond to just show their appreciation for their teachers.
But you were a teacher before you were a principal, of course.
Yes.
What made you feel good during Teacher Appreciation Week?
Oh, man. Sometimes it's not the stuff, it's the message. And that's the things that I remember. A handwritten card saying that I actually meant something to the kid certainly was, the things that keep you going and keep you motivated and make you feel truly appreciated. Certainly the sugar and salt, the snacks and the gift cards are always high on everybody's list of things that they want. But the things that touch you as a kid saying to you, you were my favorite teacher. You made a difference. That's the stuff that
always sticks with you.
Absolutely.
Y'all got graduations coming up.
We have graduations coming up next week already. I have not written my speeches yet. I've got to get going on that. We've got 4 graduations starting next Tuesday.
Do you actually do 4? How many different schools?
You know, you're gonna make me say the truth here, which is that if you attend more than one graduation, you're going to hear the same speech.
Yeah, well, that's only right. I mean, because you're going to use your good stuff. You gotta let everybody hear it.
It's going to get recycled.
That's like if you're doing the speech at Nichols and you got to hit all the classes, you're not going to go and rewrite it all. So the message should be, I guess, the same.
It gets amended. I will tell you, South Lafourche's speech is probably going to be the shortest because we do it outdoors. And it is going to be a warm evening, and standing in a coat and tie, I'm probably going to be much quicker than I am for Central Lafourche and Thibodeau High School.
I'll be done. So, I mean, that gives you a chance to connect back to, I mean, not that you don't connect all the time, because I know you're hands-on, but as a teacher, you're always connecting with your students. Now it's a much broader scale, but you still don't ever want to lose that, do you?
No, and actually, you know, graduations are a great time to be around kids, be around the community, and that's the stuff that I enjoy the most. And I'm also very happy that we started a student advisory council, and I meet with kids throughout the year. This same group of children, they come to me with what they see are the pressing needs of the schools and where we're winning and where we're losing, and so I get a lot from that. It's always fun to hear directly from kids.
We could never do that at Vanderbilt or anywhere else. They ruled the school, they tell you, but isn't that a step forward in just listening to what's on some of the kids' minds?
It is, and I will tell you what is most impressive is how well they're able to articulate the things we're doing well and the things we need to do better. We get a lot from that. Really, really impressive group of young people. Anytime someone tells you that we're headed to a bad place because of our youth, know that they don't know our youth. Our kids are something to really behold and be proud of.
Well, we appreciate you coming on. I know the teachers appreciate you giving them a shout out, and we look forward to hearing what you're going to tell those graduates this year. And thank you again for your service. Thank you for what you do, and good luck with everything along the way.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And our biggest teacher appreciation gift this year is certainly going to be the stipends we're giving teachers. So they'll be getting a check for a few $1,000s here in a couple of weeks, and then another one in the fall.
Amen for that.
And hopefully more to come.
All right. There you have it. The superintendent of Lafourche, Jared Martin. We'll take a short break here on Bayou Time, and I'll be looking, especially if you're watching Facebook and YouTube, we have the Terrebonne side of this equation too. So Mr. Bub Orange, want to look for that segment. We'll be back. Don't go away. Today's social media segment is brought to you by South Louisiana Bank. It's better when we bank together. Waits and Downer, attorneys at law. Terrebonne Ford, built Ford tough.